Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going through some of the pros and cons of Etsy and whether it's worth it in 2021 and why I ended up leaving Etsy. That doesn't mean that Etsy is a bad platform because I left. Etsy actually has a lot of good pros, and there are times where Etsy is actually a great option for people, but it also has a lot of cons, and we're going to get into them now. So Etsy is a marketplace with millions of shoppers shopping on it every single day. So there is a huge amount of traffic going to the site and the individual shops, but there is also so much competition and saturation because of this. No matter what anybody says, Etsy is so oversaturated, and it is really hard to get yourself noticed in such a big sea of fish. Because of this, because there are so many established Etsy shops that have been around for decades, it is so hard for new shops to get noticed and to start driving a lot of traffic. Gone are the days where you can just upload a bunch of items and wait for them to sell out. It doesn't work like that anymore, and you're going to have to put in a lot of effort into advertising and marketing to start getting that initial traffic. You are going to have to put in the work to make your shop recognized through social media. And when you start getting a few sales, then Etsy will start showing your listings to more people and ranking them higher. So I think there's a bit of a misconception where people think that they can just open up a new Etsy store, throw in 10 products, and they'll start getting sales. It is still a business that you have to manage and tweak every single day, and there's so many things you need to try. Some people will tell you that all you need to do is post on Pinterest and you'll get thousands of views every day. Other people say Instagram, but from experience, you have to dabble in every social media to see results. So some of the main cons of Etsy are the fees that you have to pay. So when you're looking at marketplaces in general, Etsy is one of the lowest in fees. But given that their fees are quite complicated, so if you go on their website straight away, you will see that you have to pay 5% in fees, which seems really low, but it's 5% in transaction fees and then another 3% in payment processing fees, and then you have to pay 20 cents per listing, and then you have to pay 25 cents per transaction as well. So all of these things add up to equal 8% in fees and another 45 cents per listing. And if you're selling really cheap products like mine, I sell stickers, so one sticker sells for €250 to €350. That is a lot, and I really noticed the fees taking a dent in my profits. E-commerce stores, for example, they usually have a monthly membership of €30 no matter how much you sell, and they usually have no transaction fee, and if they do, it's very low. So once you're getting regular sales every day, it is worth considering somewhere like an e-commerce store where you pay a monthly membership and don't have to worry about all the fees. I, for example, opened up a free WordPress website. I set up a WooCommerce store there, and all I pay is 3% in transaction fees compared to 8%, and none of the extra payments per listing as well. Another downside of Etsy is all of the weird rules that they have in place. So the most annoying one is that they almost require you to offer free shipping for them to boost your listings. And if you don't offer free shipping, then you will get less priority in search, which hurts you. So you want to offer free shipping, and this has forced a lot of people to incorporate the price of their shipping into their products, making their products more expensive, but they're competing with all these other people and get less sales and profit because of it. It just annoys me a lot. Speaking of competition, actually, Etsy recommends similar items from other people's stores at the bottom of your listing, which will hurt you as a brand, and shoppers don't even realize that they're going from one shop to another. They're just looking at the product. So you could be driving traffic to somebody else's store without even knowing it, and if you had your own store on your own website, then this would not. Okay, going back to Etsy's strange rules, and this doesn't affect everybody, but if you become successful and you hit 10K in annual sales, then you will be automatically put into a program where Etsy will advertise your listings all over the internet on any social media they like, on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, wherever. And the downside of this is that every time you make a sale through that purchase, they take up to 15% of your profit, and you do not have a say in this. You can't opt out of the program. Branding is another big issue for Etsy sellers, because when a buyer buys an item from your shop, they will go and tell their friends that they bought this item from Etsy. The same way as when someone buys something from Amazon, they say they bought it from Amazon when it could be sold on Amazon Marketplace by a person. So you do not have control over your branding. It's almost like Etsy gets rewarded every time you make sales and not you. Which brings me to my final and main point, and this is why I am leaving Etsy. Like I said at the beginning of the video, to become successful on Etsy, you need to put in the work and you need to do the advertising. But if you think about it, you are advertising another company. You're not advertising yourself. You are advertising Etsy. Every single time you put up a link somewhere on your social media, you are advertising Etsy and bringing customers to Etsy Marketplace, not to your own store, because they can very easily go to somebody else's store from your page. So if you are already putting in all that hard work to get your shop noticed or Etsy noticed, then why not put that same effort into getting your online store noticed and get all of the credit for it? So this is my personal experience with Etsy. I've been selling for 2 years and I started in 2019, but I really did not put that much effort into it. That's why I know that you need to do your own marketing and advertising before you start seeing results, because for all of 2019, I threw in a bunch of products and I just let them sit there. I opened up an Instagram page, but I didn't put effort into it. And I wasn't driving any of my own traffic. I was getting all of my traffic from Etsy, and I was getting some sales, but I would get maybe 5 sales a month and my products were a couple of euros. So I was not making much at all. Anyways, fast forward to 2020, I became serious with my social media and I put a lot of effort into my Instagram and into TikTok. I tried Pinterest and I've heard so many great things about Pinterest, but it didn't seem to work for me, so I gave that up and I get most of my traffic from TikTok, and I am very grateful for the TikTok platform. It is amazing for driving traffic. So now I make daily sales on Etsy because I started driving my own traffic. So I know that I can now drive traffic to my store, and because I am making daily sales, I decided that the right move was for me to open up my own website and focus on branding and give my shop a personality that it did not have when it was in Etsy. So my Etsy store is still open. I'm not going to shut it down. I'm going to let my products sell out or expire, and I'm going to put all of my focus into my online store. Which brings me back to the question of, is Etsy worth it? And I think yes, it is worth it in the beginning because it is a marketplace with people who are shopping. And if you want to test the waters and see whether you have a potential product, then instead of leaping into the deep end, I would definitely start off with Etsy. It is a great way to test out a niche and see if your product will be successful. You can even open up a few shops and see which one does better. But once you start generating daily sales, I would consider moving away from Etsy and opening up your own online store, either WooCommerce with WordPress, which is what I have personally chosen, which does take a little bit more experience, whereas e-commerce such as Shopify are really easy to set up. You do not need any coding skills. You don't need coding skills with WordPress either, but it is a little bit more tricky and will take longer to set up. It took me nearly 2 weeks to set up my store, whereas with Shopify, it is quicker. And that is when your business will have the biggest potential to grow and also never have to face the risk of Etsy deciding to close down your store. I have seen this happen to so many people, and that is just devastating. Your whole business could be gone in a day. So yes, Etsy would be great to start with, but I would always have these points in the back of my mind and think about moving away from it in the future. Having said all of this, ironically, I am opening up a new digital Etsy store to see whether the products have potential. I don't even know what I'm going to be selling. I'm actually going to be making a video very soon about that, my whole thought process of generating an idea. So definitely check that out. And thank you for watching. If you found this video useful at all, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. It will help my channel grow, and I will see you next time.